Bonjour, everybody. I'm Kelsey, and today we're going to talk about La Fête de Roi, and then we're going to have a little discussion at the end of class. So, as you can see from this picture, there are three kings, and these represent the three kings or the three wise men that went on their way to see the baby Jesus being born, who was their king. So, La Fête de Roi it means King's Day, and it's also called l'Epiphanie, so the Epiphany. And this is an important holiday celebrated in France. So we're going to talk about that. So l'histoire du fête, King's Day or Epiphany is a day in France that celebrates the journey of the three wise men and celebrating their finding of the baby Jesus, their king, like I mentioned. And this holiday takes place on about January 6th, and this is 12 days after Christmas. So I look at it as that passage of time represents the time that the wise men took finding the star and things, the Star of David. And on this day that they celebrate, it's French tradition to serve a galette, which is a cake, and it's filled with frangipane, which is an almond cream with a custard-like texture. It's delicious. Has anybody ever tried a king's cake on or around Mardi Gras time? Sometimes they have it. Nobody? Well, maybe this year you will. It's really good. So, within each little cake is something called a fève. And this is a bean or a little trinket that is just placed in the cake. One is placed in each cake. And whoever finds this in their piece wins, and they become the king or queen, because it's called Fête de Roi, King's Day. And usually the youngest child distributes the different slices of cake to make sure that it's fair, so that the baker doesn't know which slice they get or things like that. So it's fun for the younger child to do that. And I actually brought a little fève to class. This is one that we had this year when we were celebrating this with some friends. So if you want to pass that around, it's just a little trinket-like thing, and it's just fun. But it's important to be cautious when you're eating this cake because people have chipped their teeth. So you kind of got to be careful, but it's fun. It makes it exciting. And another fun thing is that people get to wear crowns, usually the children, and sometimes whoever wins or finds the fève, who's king or queen, they have a special crown. And this is just another picture of an example of fèves. We have the laborer, so a worker. This guy looks like a monk. She looks like a nun or something like that. So just a little example. And I found this image, which I thought was cute. And it says, moment de partage, qui sera le roi ou la reine. So this is when we share the cake, who's going to be the king or the queen. I imagine this to be a really fun tradition for French families, and it's something for them to look forward to. So in a few minutes, we're going to talk more about American traditions. And also, this is a picture of a galette de roi. You can see it's got a flaky crust on top, and then you can see the little fèves and the crown. So if you ever have a chance, you should try this cake because it's really yummy, and it's just fun to celebrate this holiday. And another way you can say it is Joyeuse Epiphanie. So you can see the wise men making their way to the Christ child. So now we're going to talk together about traditions. So what are some traditions or holidays that we recognize in the United States that are special to us as a people? Can anybody think of one?
Independence Day.
Independence Day, exactly. Yep. Because do other countries celebrate Independence Day on July 4th? No. Because we had the American Revolution and the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the good things like that. Can you think of any more national holidays that are special to us? Thanksgiving, exactly. We celebrate when the Pilgrims landed, and that's just a special tradition in our culture where our families usually gather around. So it's cool to see how in other cultures, they have different traditions that we might not. But it's good to appreciate those. So, do you guys have certain family traditions at your home or within your family? Does anybody want to share?
Okay. Well, my family gets together every year and we go on like a family vacation with everyone.
That's great. Is it like a family reunion where everybody just?
Not really a reunion. It's more like, I guess, immediate family.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good tradition. So, can anybody else? Does anyone else have a family tradition that they want to share? Anything? For me, I know on Christmas Day, my granddaddy always makes a special meal for breakfast, and that's something that my family and I always look forward to every Christmas. So, nobody, no other examples? Okay. Well, Tay, what makes those traditions important to you? Why?
It get us out of Miami. You know, we get to go to a different place every year, so it's always good.
That's good, and you get to spend quality time with your family and kind of take a break away from the fast pace of everything. That's really good. Okay, well, thank you for your participation.